It was actually chilly last night. First time in like, I can't remember. And it wasn't because I didn't have a full belly, because I did. And it's kind of chilly this morning, which makes me happy for hiking. Look, it's just like, yeah, this is very, so I left my hoodie on, but I'm getting a little warm already. I have the detour coming up in a couple miles. No clue what to expect. It's crazy where we camped at. Right before it kind of looked like this, and I was like, not in the mood for a tree to fall in my tent. But then where we camped, I should have taken a picture or a video, but there's like no sign of destruction, so that was good. But here we are back in the thick of it. Yeah, I'm not mad about the detour today. Well, obviously I'm not. That'd be incredibly selfish. But obviously, like, they need to get in there and do work, and I'm happy that it's happening. I think actually where the detour is, the goal isn't so much to remove like blowdowns for the trail necessarily. I mean, obviously that's part of it, but it's the main thing is to get that dead wood out of there to decrease the risk of forest fire. So very much in support of that. This might be the worst part of the trail that I've walked on. I mean, as far as like, because there was tons of blowdowns, you know, what was that, going into Irwin or a couple days in before Irwin, but they were so cleared off of the trail. This is like, I mean, they've definitely cleared it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just a different feel, I guess, because it's like so close to the trail. Very peaceful in the woods this morning, which is kind of surprising because I'm getting quite close to the detour. I think less than half a mile. So I was kind of surprised that I'm not hearing, you know, the machinery and everything yet, but I have a lot of gratitude in my heart this morning. Every morning when I start my prayers out, one of the first things I say is thank you for the opportunity to be here. Like, that is not lost on me. Like, I know this is an amazing opportunity that many people dream of that may never have, and I'm just like, that is not lost on me. But this past week, just going through all the destruction from Hurricane Helene, that gratitude is ramped up a little bit. You know, I remember at the beginning when there were so many unknowns and if we would be able to even have a through hiking season this year. And I mean, my plans went on hold for about a month because I wasn't sure. And there was all kinds of people. Oh man, that's pretty. Hold on. Where is it? I can't see it. Yeah, there were all kinds of people saying anyone who was gonna go through with the through hike was selfish, and you know, it was just a hard time to try to figure out, like, oh my gosh, I've made all of these life-altering plans to do this 6-month commitment, and then now it might not happen. And yeah, that did feel selfish to think those thoughts, because of course I was concerned about the people and the communities, and you know, it was just tough. But for sure, the communities want us here. When we checked into Uncle Johnny's, I was like, I'm so thankful to be here. And the lady was like, we're so thankful y'all are here. You know, you think about that. Like, they didn't know if they would even be able to be open. So, gratitude. I figured that the reroute would be clearly marked, but I get a little bit nervous because you know how I am if it's not white places. Okay, so that's how they're gonna. All right, can do this. Just looking. Any hiker who does choose to ignore this will be arrested. And you know what? I think maybe rightfully so. Like, that's where the selfishness comes in, right? Like, we gotta let these communities rebuild. We gotta let them do what they need to do to clear up the damage, and we do not need to be in the way. One thing about the detour is that we have no clue about water sources and elevation and that kind of stuff like we normally do on Far Out. So that would have been a great spot to fill up if I was a good girl. Oh no, I don't have service right here because I checked. I was gonna say I'd make a comment on Far Out so that people would know. No, you can't even, no, sorry. Anyway, rambles. Whatever. I was able to fill up like within 5 minutes of getting on the detour. So it's 5.8 miles. That detours 5.3 miles of trail. So it's only adding a half mile. Really not bad. Rumor is elevation gets nasty later. I don't know how soon. Right now I'm enjoying this very mild dirt road walk. It's muddy, but there's enough spots that aren't. If only I had that yesterday. That's what I wanted yesterday. That's so funny. I'm nowhere close to being hot right now, and I want to get through this detour, so not going for a swim. I typically hate road walks. This is exceeding my expectations though. How nice to just have a nice little water feature along the side. Very nice. What a fun surprise and little pick-me-up. I'm not complaining because I know it's going to get harder in a minute, but so far this road walk has been boring to the point where I felt like I was going to fall asleep. Again, not complaining because at some point the incline picks up. But anyway, so up pulls my friend Caleb, who I have not seen in since Fontana, I think. I mean, it's been like a couple weeks. So that was a super awesome, fun surprise. And the famous Miss Janet, who is dropping him off to Slap Pack today, got a banana. And cherry Dr. Pepper. Holy cow. That was much needed. What a fun surprise. So we're back in the woods, still in the detour. I thought the whole thing was on the road. I guess this is probably the part that everyone was talking about that's muddy and bad incline. These steps weren't originally here when they first made the detour, so thank you to whoever added those. And I'm telling you, they're needed. It is so muddy, slippery. Gratitude, right? The incline, yeah, they weren't kidding. Okay, gratitude. Thank you that we have an option to get through this. That first 3-ish miles of the detour, that was that road walk that was pretty flat, made me feel like I got away with something. But the incline that I've been doing, and I have no clue when it's done because we can't tell on far out. I know that I have 2-something miles for the rest of the detour, but I have no clue how long this climb is that I'm on right now. That has been quite long so far and very, very steep, but that's okay. I feel like I see a little summit coming. It might be fake, but anyway, I'm going back to that gratitude. Like, I have to. This climb has not been fun, but much better than saying we couldn't do it. So gratitude, my word of the day. I'm not the biggest fan of the unknown. Probably most people aren't. That's when I struggle, when it's like, you don't know how long something's gonna last. Every time I get to the top of this huge climb and I'm like, I did it. And then there's another one and I don't know how many there are. Oh well, very much like life. Just have to keep climbing. And it's been good for me. Been good for my mindset. Just reminding myself that tough does not equal impossible. And I can do hard things. Also, if you hear, oh, they just stopped, but the sound of construction happening, it's a good thing. Very good thing.
It's just so steep.
Yeah, and muddy, you know, in some parts.
Why,
yeah.
I mean,
in rhythm.
Well, I got nervous because my friend that is ahead of me, he's not the type to, like, you know, and he had made a comment about them being real steep and to just be patient. I thought, oh no. If he's saying that,
you're still gonna need to be patient, but
I will.
at least have footholds.
We got these punji sticks for you to fall. Come on over here.
These workers were so awesome. They were all volunteers. They were out there having so much fun, talked to me, joked with me, encouraged me. Thank you so much.
I did it. I feel like I just finished like a challenge endurance agility course or something. That was hard. I cannot imagine going down that without those logs. Like, sorry to my friend John who had to do it a few weeks ago. Wow. And what a fun group of people. Oh my gosh, we just talked and laughed for quite a bit. They are enjoying what they're doing. A lot of them are former hikers. So it happens, you fall in love with the trail and you want to take care of it. Y'all know I gotta process things. Really humbled by what I just went through. Okay, because it's one thing like the other work they're doing today that is causing the detour. That's not as much for the hikers as it is to prevent forest fire. But that, like them putting in those steps, it's one thing that they, and when I say they, I'm using it so loosely. I think there's just a huge group of people and organizations. But anyway, it's one thing that they even provided us a detour, but it's another thing to care enough that it was really steep and kind of dangerous to take the time to put those steps, and that's a lot of work. And of course it's temporary. I mean, so they're gonna have to come back and take them back out. Really humbled. I mistakenly thought that after the really hard part, with the logs and all that, that it would be fairly easy until we got out of the detour. No, this has been really hard. I officially finished the detour. Yay! That was tough. I met two other workers. You can maybe hear their chainsaws in the background. Just when I was getting to the end of the detour, these people are amazing. Like, I literally am just so humbled and mind blown. But they wanted my input on if steps would have helped that last part that I was whining about, and about how steep it is. And I don't know, I think it was just a tough grade. Steps were needed at the other one for the mud, but I asked if they could just shave part of the mountain off. Yes. Okay, I shall not trip, but this is nice. There's like colors in the trees.
Yeah.
Huh. Really pretty.
I took a video of there was a blowdown on one section of trail, and the tree was really big.
I don't mind waiting at all. Clear it off.
So To-Go got her food bag stuck up in the tree. We have a little policy, no food bag left behind. So our entertainment for the night at the shelter was getting it down.
Watching him do this.
Specifically just watching.
Oh, yeah. One force. There you go. Oh, yes, yes. Is that helping? Now, watch out when it comes down. Pull it away from me when it comes down. Hey! Okay, we're back to we're back to where we were.
I think the guys may have finally gotten it down, but this unnamed young man, who I promised I would hopefully not let his mom see this recording, climbed up to the top of that pretty tall tree and just was able to get it down himself.